This is music for the soul. Please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the big shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the crease. When the whole place...
Chest dips, the heavy squats of the upper body. The #1 bodyweight exercise to sculpt a rugged, aesthetic chest. And once you're able to do them smoothly on gymnastic rings, coupled with perfect form pull-ups, as shown in my previous video, you won't be needing a lot more to build an impressive, strong, and lean upper body calisthenics physique.
Watch me walk away, putting myself on display. 1, 2, 3 a day, I'm on my way, on my way.
If pull-ups are the king of upper body calisthenics, then chest dips are definitely the queen. Today we'll talk about why this is, why they're my favorite exercise for training the pecs, and why you have to learn how to do them on my favorite tool, the gymnastic rings. Now, although push-ups are a great place to get started with training the chest as a beginner calisthenics trainee, especially if you master all the tips and mind-to-muscle cues I shared with you in my recent video, they are not as effective as chest dips for two main reasons. Due to the horizontal angle you're applying force from during push-ups, your front deltoids receive a large amount of stimulation, which means that shoulder fatigue will inhibit your ability to train your chest at maximum capacity. Something that happens less when you're pushing from a more decline angle, such as the one used in chest dips, which allows you to target and exhaust the chest a lot more. Reason #2, dips allow you to lift your whole body weight, thus offering you more muscle tension compared to push-ups, where a big percentage of weight will always depend on your toes. This doesn't mean that push-ups are useless when it comes to training the chest. On the contrary, because of the structure of the pectoralis major, it can and should be trained at a variety of angles, but if you want to focus on one exercise, you might as well make chest dips a priority. The main bro idea in the gym used to be that decline pressing movements target only the lower pecs, leaving the upper chest underdeveloped. But studies have shown that decline presses actually allow activation of both the lower and upper pecs and are one of the best ways to stimulate total chest development. In other words, if you had to choose one angle to press from to get complete chest development, then slightly decline pressing would offer the best results. Mastering basic chest dips is a great and challenging feat for any beginner or even intermediate calisthenics trainee, but if you keep on doing them on a fixed surface, they will become limiting after a certain point. Now, most people consider adding extra weight once they reach this point using something like a weighted vest, for example, but what I highly recommend you do first is progress to gymnastic rings for the following main reasons. Reason #1 is joint health. Gymnastic rings allow your joints to move freely, which reduces inflammation, wear and tear of connective tissues, and potential overuse injuries in the future. Simply put, stick to gymnastic rings and your wrists and your shoulders will thank you in the long run. Reason #2 is functional training, and a big part of that is basically generating force while controlling your body in space. Doing dips on gymnastic rings requires you to lean on top of two cylindrical, unstable, and narrow objects that constantly want to oscillate. These surfaces are ready to throw you out of balance towards any possible direction the moment you lose a little bit of control, which brings me to my next point. Reason #3 is mindful training. The rings keep you present. Unlike a dip station, you can't just jump on the rings and let your mind wander off as you pump out reps. 100% of your attention is required to execute each rep with proper form. Reason #4 is greater mind-to-muscle connection. Gymnastic rings allow you to manipulate your reps in a way that you can increase mind-to-muscle connection and get greater chest activation. Now, all this might sound a little bit vague right now, but in the next video, I'll offer you an advanced tip on how to do this. So make sure you keep your eyes open for part 2 of today's video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe, and you can even click on the bell notification option so you make sure, again, you don't miss the next video. In summary, gymnastic rings will make you stronger in ways that simple straight bars simply can't. Now, your first time on the rings will always be a humbling experience, so keep that in mind. No matter how strong you are, no matter how many regular dips you can do, your first experience will always be a shaky one. You know, I haven't seen a person jumping on gymnastic rings for the first time and not shaking on them. So keep in mind that that's normal, and keep in mind that gymnastic rings require a state of complete focus, body awareness, and mental relaxation, as your neuromuscular system is figuring out which muscles need to be recruited to stabilize your body and which muscles have to avoid tensing up too much, so you're not making the exercise a lot more difficult than it has to be. If you keep on practicing, the shaking will subside eventually. You'll start feeling more comfortable on the rings, and gradually each repetition will become more precise, smoother, and eventually easier. Another great thing that you'll notice when you keep on training with gymnastic rings is how they don't allow you a lot of room for performing your repetitions with bad form. What I mean is that rings, in a way, promote proper technical execution by giving you self-correcting cues every time your attention wanders off or anytime you're moving too fast without the analogous grace. Once you begin to notice this, you won't feel comfortable again doing chest dips on gymnastic rings with improper form. Of course, all this entails that basic proper technique becomes deeply ingrained in you from the very beginning that you start practicing chest dips. So this is why I'll be making a part 2 of today's video, where I'll be sharing with you all the important technical guidelines on how to execute chest dips, starting from beginner to intermediate to a more advanced trainee. I'll include some extra special tips such as the mind to muscle tip that I mentioned previously. So make sure you stay posted for part 2. If you have any other questions or any other things that you'd like me to include in that part, leave a comment below. Like this video, share this video, help this channel grow, and until next time, keep on training. P.S. One more thing before you leave, something new that I've been doing the last couple of months is that each week I'll hang out with one of you, anyone that is a Bodyweight Muscle subscriber and enjoys my content. So basically this is done through Zoom. It's a video call, and I can offer you more custom training advice, nutritional advice. You can ask me anything you feel like. We can even talk about other things besides bodyweight muscle and calisthenics. So if you're interested in that, I've made a special video on how that process works. I'll include it above and in the top comment below. That was all, and once again, keep on training.